Hello and welcome to this edition of Tips and Tricks. Now today I'll be talking about offshore fishing, but not really the offshore that most people think of when I say the word offshore. I mean, usually offshore you think big lakes, out off ledges, 50, 100 yards offshore. No, I'm talking about offshore fishing, but maybe 20, 30 feet. You see the lake I fish a lot, Pinot, surrounded by nothing but branches and trees and reeds and stuff. Lots of cover all around the shore. Well, that's where everyone focuses. But a lot of times, and most of the time I'm fishing, 15, 20 feet out from all that stuff. Offshore. Not, like I said, the offshore you're thinking, but offshore. Basically, I'm usually fishing right where everyone's boat is. Right where their boat's sitting as they're aiming towards all that cover right on shore. That's where I'm fishing. There's a lot of sticks down there. There's some logs down there. A lot of times what they're focusing on is crappie or something. There's schools of them out there. But everyone just, when they see a lake and they see all this cover around the sides, they just want to go focus on all the sides. When a lot of times you can go offshore and catch a lot of fish, or catch fish when everyone going around the shore right on the edges isn't catching much of anything at all. And a lot of times it's like maybe not cover everywhere, but there's grass all around the edge and some sort of bay, and everyone goes and they go around the edges and they're just throwing into the weeds and looking at, and I'm coming in and fishing right in the middle of the bay, a flat out there. Maybe there's a little drop out there, but just out there in the middle. I mean, I'm only like 30, 40 feet from shore, but everybody else is 5 feet from shore, 10 feet from shore. So that's just what I'm talking about offshore fishing. I mean, just because you see a lot of cover and a lot of stuff doesn't mean that's always where the fish are. Water might be too low or too shallow in there, or too warm or too cold, or there's just not much bait in there. But just because you see a lot of cover and there's just so much stuff that looks good, try fishing offshore. Try fishing out 20, 30 feet. Try to find something different. Because if everybody's focusing on the shoreline, those fish are being hounded and being beaten. You got to go around and look for other spots. And a lot of times, it's right where their boat is. They're sitting there and they're casting 15 feet to shore, and you're casting 15 feet out right where their boat is, and you're catching fish. So give it a try sometime. Offshore fishing, but not the standard offshore, deep cranking ledges or big worms on big ledges. Just slightly out, 20, 30 feet. Look for something different right there. And I bet a lot of times you'll find yourself catching fish. And the people that are focusing on shore aren't. I hope this helps. Until next time. All right. After the FLW, I'm coming here to shore, and I catch this big boy. It's probably about a 4.5, might be a 5. See what happens when it's not tournament day. It's so easy to I just threw out there in this little spot about 5 feet from shore and caught this big boy. A little 4-inch gotcha stick, flicking it just the way I was in the tournament. Well, at least I did catch one big Clear Lake bass after the tournament.